The time has come to begin a battle of annihilation.
Our goal is clear: to wipe Israel off the map.
We shall destroy Israel and its inhabitants.
I just started this job 10 months ago. Now you want me to plan an entire war in 2 days?
Yes?
Take the old city and be done with it.
No more bloodshed.
We should go in now. And what is your great strategy for that?
To be right here, Mota, and not to go in. History will never forgive you.
Jerusalem has never been conquered from the east. Not since King David's time.
So it will be the second time. And the last one.
Enter the old city immediately and capture it.
55th Paratrooper Brigade, move toward the Lion's Gate. It was a merciless battle, but you didn't complain. For you, it was enough to drive forward and to conquer. Jerusalem is yours, forever.
Gordon Robertson is the CEO of the Christian Broadcasting Network and co-host of the 700 Club. He's also the producer of the much-anticipated new film, In Our Hands, The Battle for Jerusalem. Welcome to the Harvest Show, Gordon.
Valerie, it's great to be with you.
So, Gordon, I know that this is the 50th anniversary of the Six-Day War between Israel and 3 Arab nations, but why this particular film and why now?
Well, the 50th anniversary was the starting point for us 2 years ago, but I couldn't have anticipated the current headlines that are coming out about Israel. And for me, the movie took on a whole new dimension after that stunning vote at the UN Security Council in December declaring that Israel's ownership of East Jerusalem was blatantly illegal. And so now this film takes on a whole new meaning for me. And then to add to it, Donald Trump, his first international trip is scheduled now, and on May 23, the same date the movie's coming out, he is going to be in Jerusalem. He's going to be at the Western Wall, and it's scheduled for him to make a major policy speech that day. And that day is significant on the Jewish calendar. On our Gregorian calendar, we celebrate on June 5, the start of the Six-Day War. But on the Jewish calendar, May 23 is the day that Jerusalem was unified. Once again, the Jews had control of Jerusalem for the first time in 1,897 years. So Jerusalem Reunification Day is May 23. That's the date we picked to release the film. And interestingly, it's the date that Donald Trump has picked for his first international speech.
So tell me, as you did your research for the film, what surprised you the most about the Six-Day War and the battle for Jerusalem?
The thing that surprised me most is that these were amateur soldiers. In the movie, we go through that they're reservists, they're part-time soldiers. One of them is studying for his economics exam. At the same time, he's preparing for battle. So these were not professional soldiers. We're not dealing with SEAL Team 6 here. These are people who had normal lives, normal jobs. Many of them were students. They're just 19, 20 years old. And outnumbered, outgunned, Arab armies massed against their borders. They win not just a stunning victory, they win a victory of biblical proportions in just 6 days.
I know that the war took place in 1967, but what connections do you see today between biblical prophecy and Jerusalem? I know you just talked about the president's trip and that being historic, but what are some other prophetic things that we can look forward to seeing?
Well, back in 1967, my father sat us all down. I was just 9 years old. He walked through the scriptures, both the Old Testament and the New Testament, scriptures, prophecies concerning Jerusalem, and he announced to us, you need to understand these prophecies were just fulfilled. And specifically, let's look to the words of Jesus. First, he prophesied the destruction of the temple, that not one stone would be left on top of another. And 35 years, 40 years later, Titus came through and fulfilled that prophecy in AD 70. He tore down the temple, and literally not one stone was left on top of another. Then Jesus had this other prophecy, that Jerusalem would be trodden under the foot of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. Well, that prophecy was fulfilled in 1967. Jerusalem became reunified. Jerusalem, once again, not trodden under the foot of the Gentiles. One of the things the movie goes into is the soldiers understood the biblical significance of what they were doing, even in their battle plans. They were amazed. Here they are on the eastern side of Jerusalem, and their commanders say, well, can you go through the Lion Gate? Well, the response was, Jerusalem has never been conquered from the east since King David's time. And King David was the first. 3,000 years ago, he conquered Jerusalem, and he conquered it from the east. So here they are again, the Israeli Defense Forces, for the second time in history. They conquered Jerusalem from the east, and they declared this will be the last time that Jerusalem is ever conquered, because that's what the Bible says. Your warfare has ended. In Isaiah 40, Jerusalem, your warfare has ended. So this was all fulfilled in 1967.
Gordon, what are some of the challenges Christian organizations such as the Christian Broadcasting Network experiences when filming a film like this in Israel?
We filmed it all on location, and we had wonderful cooperation from the IDF, from the authorities in Jerusalem. We shot on location on Ammunition Hill. We shot on location in the Old City. All the battles are fought on the scenes of battles are actually where the battle occurred. We had the soldiers who fought the battle guide us in how to do the movie, where significant things took place. So when you're seeing the movie and you're seeing scenes in the movie, it's being shot exactly where it happened. And all of the dialogue is based on primary sources. We go to the diaries of the soldiers, we go to their recollections. We don't create dialogue. We are looking at the history of it, looking at the eyewitness accounts of the soldiers who fought it, and that is the basis for every line in the movie. So it was a 2-year struggle, if you will. It's certainly the most difficult project I've ever done, but it's well worth it. And if people go to see it, when you see it, you're going to be seeing the accurate history of what happened in that battle.
You know, that was my next question. What do you hope this movie will accomplish when people go to see it tomorrow?
Well, what I hope is that when people see it, they see it in a group, because I want to start the discussion. I want to, after you see the history, after you see the movie, then the discussion begins. What does this mean for biblical prophecy? What does it mean for world events today? What does the president's speech in Jerusalem that's going to happen that very day, what does that mean? What should our foreign policy, as the United States of America, what should our foreign policy be towards the Middle East? And how can we interpret things in light of what the Bible says?
Well, Gordon, thank you so much for joining me here on The Harvest Show.
Thank you, Valerie. It's a pleasure to be with you.
In Our Hands, The Battle for Jerusalem releases tomorrow in theaters nationwide. To find out where, go to inourhands1967.com. Harvest continues in just a moment.